morning. It is Friday. It's going to be a good day. Holy cow, did you see yesterday? Frizz insane. I got off, ended up getting off if you were on mid-morning. And before we got off, we dropped 400 points. And then when I was getting off, we went back up 400 points. And then it went up like another 200 points and then dropped another 500 points. What an absolutely insane trading day. Our internet was out. So when I got off, my internet went out literally like about an hour later. And when I went to go look at the markets, couldn't. So I didn't even look at my phone. But holy cow. It was pretty insane. I couldn't believe the amount of volatility. I mean, 1 minute candles, 50 points. It was insane. It was a great trading day, but also if you had any doubts, it probably destroyed so many people. So many people probably got destroyed. I mean, look at this. Look at this, okay? You're thinking probably, oh yeah, oh nice market maker sell model. Nice, beautiful looking. Yep, beautiful looking, but 507 points. 507 points. It was such a large moving day. But I mean, the market played it on the 5 minute. It was beautiful. I mean, look at this 5 minute breaker. Tick slap right there. As a nice breaker. Man, you get in that on that breaker. These two candles alone are probably 50 handles. What were they? If you got in at that high, we're in at the low, 75 handles in 10 minutes. Such a crazy day yesterday was. So what do we expect today? Well, we've retraced 50% of this move already, just from what I can tell. There's that low. There's 50% right there. So we're sitting at equilibrium. This is an indecisive point, okay? Indecisive point at best. So we're going to mark out our lows and highs from yesterday. We're going to mark those and get the day rolling here. So I just got a couple things to get done. This is what I typically do every morning when I'm marking out my highs and lows. I'm assuming it's an inside day today. I'm not going to lie. I really do believe it's probably just going to be an inside day because we've had such a huge move for the entire week lower. We could just retrace or just, we could consolidate. Okay. I want to mark out midnight. So midnight open is way down here. We're really high. Typically, when you're way above midnight open, it can be considered a trend day. I don't think that's the case just by the narrative that we've seen. I could be completely wrong, obviously. But we also have, based on the closing, here's what we have: an opening day gap right here. But we also are going to have a large opening range gap. So we could see some downside here as well. We have triple equal highs sitting right here. So we have this plateau that's just sitting right over here. From yesterday, you see that? We got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal highs right here. Okay, we have 5 minutes till open. We have a lot of low resistance liquidity, LRLR right here. This is a 1 minute time frame. And we have a 5 minute, nothing change, no change in state of delivery yet. We just have a new candle open, so probably have a little bit for that to happen. So I think I'm indecisive at the moment. I mean, these equal highs are really obvious. We have an opening range gap to the downside as well. So if we had a move, I could see one or the other. I'm just gonna take the first move that we get to be a manipulation move. So if we make our first move higher towards these equal highs, whether we take them out or not, if we start, I'll look at that as a manipulation, and then I'll look at going the other way. If we go down first, I'll be looking at going the other direction. If we are bearish first, then I'll look to be bullish. I think that's how I'm gonna approach it right now. Unless something just grabs my attention. All right, we got to open in 2 minutes. Obviously, I'm not taking anything. My analysis is bearish or bullish. I'm looking at the first move as being a manipulation leg right now. We got equal highs sitting up here. We're going to have an opening, a very large opening range gap that's sitting right here that we could really push into. We got relatively equal lows on the 5 minute right here as well. So there's reasons that we could go either way. There's just not an obvious direction for me that I see off the top of from what I can see clearly. One minute, we had this inverse, 1 minute inverse right here. It went to break even pretty quickly. It got stopped out right there on this candle, and my guess is it's going to get stopped out in 14 seconds again. Do we have anything obvious as far as a breaker? Unicorn. I don't see anything here. Not on the 1 minute at least. I'm expecting a drop based on where we're at. So there's the liquidity grab to the downside. If we look at our regular trading hours, it's going to show a big gap here. Okay, so there's our big opening range gap sitting right here. And that's where we're sitting. And then we have midnight sitting right close to equilibrium as well. So we could see price push that down to there. I would be open to that. We have some relatively equal lows below midnight open as well. I'm just pulling out obvious points of liquidity that I could see potential draws on and try to put my narrative together that way. That's really what I'm trying to do here. See what price wants to do in this one candle. Okay, so based on that, let's see if it wants to do an immediate rebalance. I wouldn't mind seeing if this is equal lows. If we reverse right here, right off of this, that would be interesting to see. Okay. So what we saw yesterday is just not as probable. It just that's not normal. I'm making sure I'm all set up. We have this 1 minute. $24 seconds. Now these are big candles here. Remember that's 58 to 42. I mean, that's a lot of volume. That's a lot of handles right there. 58 to 42. That's like 16 handles. So, I mean, this is really big. So if we get a close above this, I'm moving my stop to break even to relatively quickly because just the amount of volume that we have is just pretty high, and I don't want to mess around with that. I'm gonna wait and make a have a trade come to me. I'm not gonna chase anything. Good morning, Adam. How you doing, my friend? Glad to have you. So if we're looking at higher time frame order flow on the 4 hour, I would say on the 4 hour we're bearish. On the 4 hour we're bearish. Why would I say that? Here's our 4 hour massive green candle from yesterday, and then we literally closed down below it the following day. So this is a massive order block. A massive 4 hour order block. On the daily, we just have a nice bearish candle. So we have a previous day low or previous day high sitting in here. The other thing I want to put on here is the previous day equilibrium. Let's see where that's sitting. All right, so equilibrium is sitting right there. I don't know why that's considered the low. So I'm not looking. I'm wanting a key level to run. Right now, there is no key level. We have a 15 minute. What do we got on the 15 minute here? And then we got the 5 minute. All right, so as you can see, when you look at this massive candle lower, we have this low resistance liquidity here, and we're not redelivering from anything. So I'm not going to be looking at this 1 minute to go long. I'm going to use that. I want to see this actually show resistance. If we break through this, I'm not taking that one. I would not be looking at taking that. The only way I'll consider taking that is if we break this one and we're breaking this one, moving stop to break even fairly quickly. Because it needs to prove to me it wants to go higher. Closing above this does not prove to me, especially when we're not redelivering from anything. So it looks like this 1 minute's going to close. It's not obvious for me. So I'm not taking that. And look, is that going to close? Okay, it closed. That's actually not... Do you see that giant wick? I'm not interested. I mean, you could probably, if you got in this, you could probably got 10 handles and got on out already. But morning, Alki. How you doing, my friend? I forgot we also have this data high. We have this data high sitting right here. Data and equal highs sitting all up there. All right, so we obviously, this fair value gap failed. That failed on us, and for good reason. We weren't really delivering from anything. We're setting up low resistance liquidity for potentially later. We have a 5-minute order block sitting right here that we just inputted, and in 3 minutes we want to see where this current 5-minute candle closes. And then on the 15-minute, we still got nothing, still on the opening candle. We got 4 minutes left on that. Equal lows sitting here, and our midnight opening, midnight open price. So I would like to see some resistance here. That's really what I would like to see. I'd like to see us hit the midnight open, and then we could run for the previous day high. That still is about 200 points. 300 points away. Yes.
Can I get a piece of paper?
Sure.
Are you on a video?
Yes, I am. We do have a breaker that showed up right here, but it was right at open. Guys, and personally, I don't like taking opening trades. I don't. There's a breaker. It's the low of the 5-minute. We got a high, low, higher high, and we got the low. At this point, I still wasn't bullish or bearish. I was looking at it coming into here and maybe reversing right here. So we tapped the breaker and we rejected it. So that, if you were bearish, would have been your setup. So there's a bearish breaker sitting right there. I'm going to take this off right here. We just hit the consequent encroachment of the opening range gap. So we hit the halfway point of that range. We did grab liquidity right here. If this is an aggressive candle, I would be open to something like this. No close there. And it's probably going to go without us. I think this is the move right here, probably. So let's see where this closes. Do we got a 30-second? 30-second is sitting right here, but I'm probably going to wait for the 1 minute as well. It's going to go without us. That sucks.
Order submitted.
All right, I'm going to put an order in. As soon as we hit those highs, I'm moving my stop to break even.
Order submitted.
Sorry, that was really loud. All right, so it slapped me out. I put my stop in pretty quickly, and it slapped me out. That was a quick loss for me. Just too much volatility there. I like this move, though. Can't push higher. NQ's not really wanting to push here. Let's sit and be patient. Okay, so we grabbed a low there. 10 seconds left on the candle. Let's see if we hit midnight open. Sitting right here. Hey CM, how you doing, my friend? Hopefully you're having a good day. All right, so there's your equal low slap. Let's see what he wants to do here. We got relatively equal highs here. We got data highs and equal highs up top. I mean, look at this candle, man. I just the volume of these candles is just so high. We got a 2-minute here that I think I'll consider depending on the volatility right here. That's kind of what I'm looking for right there. We hit equal lows. We grab the midnight open. The only thing I'm not a fan of is the amount of it's 20 handles that you're gonna have to handle for a drawdown. If this is the candle that closes, I'll probably take it. I might wait to see if it wants to retrace a little bit and see if it wants to dip into here and get a little bit of better position. I might consider that. It obviously is not getting that. All right, so I'm looking at this right here. I'm seeing if it wants to actually move higher. We got a fair value gap right here on the 30-second. We grab liquidity right here. We swept this low. We hit this order block. And that's still not closing above. So we're finding resistance on all these premium PD arrays. So I'm thinking we may see some lower prices still. Yeah, we're in the I mean, it's almost, we got 4 minutes till 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Break even would be right here. And it would be fairly easy to to do if it closes. Not a close again. I liked it because it was a really close swing high that I could bring my stop to break even. Let's go to the 2 minute again. See if the 2 minute is going to close in 15 seconds. No close. All right, so we swept that high. The other thing is if we've closed above this. All right, I got in this for the high and moving my stop to break even right now. Oh, that's not on. I apologize. Hopefully it doesn't stop me out in time. Oh my gosh, it just slapped me out because of the 10 o'clock. I put my stop in already. Son of a gun. It's not working for me here, guys. I forgot about freaking news. The 10 o'clock candle. That is just ridiculous. All right, so let's see if this pushes. We just closed above this breaker. Let's see if we run for these data highs sitting right here. Watching this right here. Close above this 1 minute. We're looking for this high right here to hit. Let's see if it doesn't. How bad was the slippage, bro? What did it get me at? Let me see here. On the, you're talking on the, let's see, as, was my, it was about 10 handles. 10 handle slippage there. On that. Yeah, not the best. It is not that bad, but the wicks on these, and today I'm a little frustrated. So I think I'm going to be done personally on my trading because I don't want to exasperate any issues further. Learn to call it quits when you need to call it quits. Because that should have ran there. This candle should have ran to this high. And that didn't even run. Just, I'm not liking the price action here. We closed right here. We closed right here on the 1 minute. We wick lower. Grabbed everything. I just wasn't paying attention to the 10 o'clock time. That's completely my fault. Triggered my buy limit at 2 minutes. Buy side gone and gone up. Yeah. Nice. If it's going to just do this back and forth stuff, I'm not really interested in it. I want to see it actually move in a direction. At this point, I'm looking at this as our manipulation and want to see it push lower. That's really what I'm looking for. There we go. That's nice. Nice move. I did one account, just one account. I played this retracement into this candle right here, and then I went short. So I got about 10, 20, 30. I got about 30 handles on that move. But I only did it on one account, so I got multiple accounts that are down. And I'm not going to do any copy trading on a day like this right now. Just disgusting price action. All right, so we swept that low right there. I did just a small, one simple micro, literally a micro. That's all I did. So I made $60 on that. Not very much. Because I wasn't willing to mess around with all of this volatility. So let's see, we had hourly close. So the hourly closed inside the fair value gap, the hourly fair value gap sitting right here. Let me show you. So here's our hourly fair value gap sitting right here. There's our close. And so we got 48 minutes for this candle right here, but this candle respected it. It didn't violate it, but at the same time grabbed these lows. So it doesn't give me a lot of information, especially since we already hit the low here and then hit the low again. On the 4 hour, we really have nothing, just our previous day low and high sitting right here. And then on the 15-minute, We wicked and grabbed liquidity here. We obviously have this down here as well, but I don't see it's. We have such large wicks here that it's really hard to determine which way we want to go. Okay, so we got a bunch of back and forth price action here. To be honest, it would be wise to wait to do anything until we're out of it. Next week might be nice. A lot of news. That could be high. That could be very true. I mean, we had a lot of news this week. We had basically a couple days of news. The price action this week was honestly really good. Besides what we're seeing today. Just a lot, so much volatility that you're, sorry, I don't know why the wicks were just so large that you gotta have balls to hold. I like this one right here. I like this inversion right here. This is intermediate term high, grabbing sell side liquidity, short term, and breaking this fair value gap. I like. Not so far, if I'm honest, not a very fun stream today. Not a very fun stream. So we respected this 2-minute right here with a wick. Let's see where this closes in 10 seconds. I'd ideally want to see that green if it's going to go higher. Could put in an order block. If this is an order block right here and we close above this in 2 minutes, that would make a move higher very intriguing. But I think I think it's a seek and destroy Friday. What do I mean by seek and destroy? Meaning it's going to grab liquidity and then turn around. It's look like it's going to run. It's going to grab liquidity, then it's going to turn around. Grab liquidity or not grab it, turn around. Go just shy of it, turn around. Run it, turn around. It does that. It'll do that constantly, back and forth. So and on days like this, if this is a case, you want to go short when we grab liquidity. You want to go long when we grab sell side liquidity. That's the idea. But I'm not doing any copied accounts. I started at the beginning, had an initial loss based on a wick that wicked me out too quickly before I could move my stop loss to the appropriate spot, and then the news candle wicked me out as well when I moved my stop to break even for -10 handles. Based on order flow, though, this also looks good on the 2 minute. 1 minute. Actually, I take that back. I want to do the 1 minute. All right, we just closed below this green candle inside this fair value gap, which turns it into an order block. Now, the only reason this wouldn't work is if we are in a seek and destroy, which is highly probable, meaning we could find some support here and continue to this high. But this is the order block that I'm referring to, that I think that it's running for. All right, let's see what happens here. There's your position. I'm in a single micro account or a single micro contract. So very low risk, very, very low risk, just because I want to keep watching this. I like this as a trade, but we got to see it find resistance right here at the order block. This is allowable. And we want to see if it wants to push lower here. And this is what I mean by seek and destroy. Do you see what I mean? The seek and destroy is right there. So I would be out. It closed there. It doesn't want to move lower, and it just goes the other direction. That's exactly what I said. This will not work if it's a seek and destroy day. So single micro, I'm okay with that. That's why I did a single micro, because we're in an extremely low probability day. You got to be kidding me. You guys see that? The 2 minute did not close, but the 1 minute did. Good morning, BF. How you doing? All right, order block put in right here. Let's see if that wants to actually move higher. I mean, it has to want to run one way. I like this liquidity sitting right up here. Let's see if it wants to do that. BF, how you doing this morning? You guys have any plans for the weekend? All right, so we grabbed those highs right there. We're looking to see if it wants to close above this and move to the highs. All of this is low probability, guys. All of this is very low probability. Close above this 1 minute. That's really what we're looking for, to see if we can run for these highs. We have equal highs, data highs. What about you? Good. And you watching? Oh, yeah. The Olympics. I forgot that's going on. I'll probably get my kids to watch some of that. That'll be fun. That would be fun to watch. Okay, now that we closed below, ideally I would love to see it come back up and retest this based on how much the wickiness that we've been seeing. Retest it and then see if it wants to push higher. My son's birthday is also this weekend. We're going to be going to the lake and riding some jet skis. We were supposed to do that on the 4th of July, so it rained a bunch, so wasn't able to do that. All right, let's see if it wants to push to these highs right now. That's the high I want to see hit. All right, let's see if it hits this one. There it goes. Hit that. There it is. All right. I did another micro contract on that close. Got out at that high. That was 30 handles. Isn't that crazy? You have a bunch of crap. This is the thing about waiting for trades, man. If you didn't wait here, you missed your opportunities here. Now, I missed my opportunities because I'm only trading a micro. So I'm still in drawdown on all my accounts and doing a single micro contract because I refuse to go back into all of those accounts. So I'm not going to be doing that. So I'm going to take it in the chin, take the loss, and learn from it. And what I'm learning, what I'm taking away is when I see crap like this, sit on your hands, wait for something more probable, more obvious. I mean, when you start seeing candles like this, these two candles specifically were my indication we are going to go to these highs. And we probably are going to head to the data high, if I'm honest, based on the momentum. But who wants to get in when we're this high? We have so much volatility, you could wick lower, you know what I'm saying? So this was the 2-minute that closed. We closed pretty strongly there. Nice movement here. That's kind of what drew my attention. So what did I say? It was about 30 points. Yeah, 36. Now, what did I say? I told you guys this. We're going to grab this high and it's going to grab this high, and it's not going to keep running. And it's going to turn around. This is literally seek and destroy. Just very low probability. I mean, look how aggressive it is down. I mean, look at that. Oh my gosh. Now this is crazy. I want to see if I'm gonna do another micro, it needs to close below this right here. And it needs to do it in this candle. I need to see it be decisive. All right, 1 micro right here. Let's see if it wants to run lower or not. Don't wake me back up. Stop. My stops to break even. I'm going to sell there for 15 handles because we have a 30-second fair value gap sitting right here. If you want to see that. We are stopping at that 30-second. So it'd have to push through this. So close below that will tell us that it's a continuation there. So there's the close. Let's see if it wants to move this level right here. Okay, yeah, there it is. See it hit that low. Nope. There. Let's get a push right here. Doesn't look like it. I would get out right there. Seek and destroy. Remember, it's probably not going to run. It's probably just going to do some type of wicks, grab liquidity, and turn the other direction. So that's really what we're looking for, is for it to grab liquidity and run the other direction. Okay, so what did we do? On a seek and destroy, we grab that liquidity right there. And I would be expecting some type of reversal. I'm watching this level right here to see if this is a breaker on a lower time frame. That's a 30-second. I don't like that. Hello, how are you? Today's manipulation schedule includes consecutive higher highs and lower lows. Bad day for trading inside the range. You are getting screwed. It sounded like, when I was reading that, it sounded like a newscaster. Hello, Tyler here with KETV Channel 7 News. Today's manipulation schedule includes consecutive higher highs and lower lows. Bad day for trading inside the range. You're going to get screwed. Yeah, what I told here is, if we're looking at the 15-minute here. Oh, there it goes. Now it wants to drop. Now it wants to run. Is it going to keep going? Or is it going to run the other way? It's called Wicktastic. Oh yeah, market stinks. Don't you smell it? All right, so we run into this fair value gap and this breaker. Let's see if it wants to run lower from right there. I'm just curious. Just tape reading here, folks. Just tape reading. We got this level right here that was just hit. Let's see if it wants to continue lower. My guess is probably not. Buy side, sell side to buy side. Now main move. I mean, we did grab liquidity on this green candle right here. It makes sense for a lower move if we're going to get it. We did grab some liquidity here, though. So, again, this is all 50-50, guys. I mean, this is poor price action, and it's better to sit on the hands. Not like that. If it closes red, closes black for me. There we go. Let's see if it wants to give us a breaker move right there. Breaker move. Go, go, go. Run, run, run. Don't stop now. Yeah, the 15-minute right here. Yep. Yes, sir. We want to see this candle close red. We don't want it green. Got 5 minutes till the next macro. If we continue to hold at this level, it will be a continuation lower. I mean, that to me is just obvious. Oops. Lower lows, 1945, right there. Looking for equal lows on ES, 1 hour, fair value gap, buy side liquidity reached. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna see lower lows, we have the market structure for it right here, 100%. I do like seeing. I want to see it continue to respect that level, that breaker sitting there. Isn't that crazy? I want to see it reject that level there. That would be a good sign if it rejects right here. Immediate rebalance right there. It needs to go lower now and not bounce from that point. Now, are we taking anything in here? No, we're not taking anything. We're just talking. We're just wanting to see stuff play out. That is 100% what is going on right now. That's what we want to be looking for. We want to be looking for nothing with our accounts. Nothing. $43 seconds on the 15-minute. Before that closes at 45, we'll be in the macro time and see if it puts in an order block right here. We want to see it close below that level at 1987, 19087. Well, there's the close. I like that. Let's see if it wants to continue. We're in the macro time. I like that it rejected, it stayed inside the breaker, and we had a big displacement candle. I'd like to see it just run right here. There we go. Get a little push right there. Let's see if we can get a continuation from that. There's the lows right there. I think that's got that low. Let's see if we're going to get this low now. Almost. All right, so there's that. So that became obvious when we had this aggressive candle lower. But still, not anything we want to mess with. $5 what do we have down here? Everything 5 minutes indecisive here. We have a BPR that grabbed the highs. I like the way these look for lower prices. The bounce to 19,110 negated the scenario of a bounce back. Yeah, I think we find potential resistance if we are going to run. It's right there. A tap right there, and would love to see lower prices. So what did we see? I said we were going to be heavy if we stay below this. This was a manipulation. As soon as we closed, that was the clear picture in my mind that we were probably going to run lower. We stayed under here. We were aggressive real quick and then came back the other direction and ran the lows. So is the low going to be put in at the 45 right here? And now we move the other direction? If that's the case, we need to wait for displacement higher. Okay? I like that level to see if we want to break above that. We got a fair value gap on the left. I want to see a fair value gap breakthrough on the right, and then touch it again for a breaker long. That's really what I'd want to see if we are going to move higher on a seek and destroy day. There's some equal lows right here. This is sitting at some equal lows. Not convinced it's going to run for it, but it may. See? Well, let's see if it wants. We still got 15 seconds on this. Wigan Nugget, watch this again. Really great gem. How to read price without a bias. 100%. Slap that. Is that, I'm assuming that's the ICT one from April 29th. All right, so I'm on, this is going to be a paper trade. I'm going to, eight minutes till 11 o'clock. We're sitting right around the midnight open. You guys see that? See how we're hanging around this? Wicking higher, wicking lower, consolidating around midnight open. What do you guys think? Are we going up or down? Bullish, bearish in the next 8 minutes? Bullish or bearish? Bullish. We got bullish. All right, we'll go long on a paper account if we close above that level right there. I got a paper account. I'll go long if it closes above this on a paper account. If it doesn't, we continue to have the bodies below the consequent encroachment. I'd say we go lower. But you gotta decide when do you get sideways. That's a great answer. Bullish or bearish? Nope, neither. Sideways. All right, I'm gonna do a paper short right there. We got those equal highs though. Paper. Let's see. Let's do this. There we go. Is that clear? I think that's clear. I'll make that like 32. All right, so I liked how the bodies were respecting this consequent encroachment of this fair value gap. That's literally the idea with equal lows down here. Where are they at? Right here. This trade, this is why it's demo, guys. I mean, it's trashy, trash. Sideways, like ASW said. So if this inverses, we're switching our bias, guys. As you can tell, I'm mentally and emotionally done on trading, as you can tell. So 8 seconds left, and we closed again. Grab the liquidity above these equal highs and close below the consequent encroachment. What is it going to do? Peter says we're going to 19,110. 19,110 right there. Okay, so the 30-second close, let's get out of that, huh? 30-second closed right here for a long. There's the sweep of the long, or the close for a 30-second long, and it didn't grab liquidity on that. I'm trading on 5-minute chart lowest. 1 minute will chop today. So this is the 5-minute. What are you looking at, BF? What do you see on the 5-minute? I do like this for a breaker long. It's right at 10 o'clock too. I like that idea. We have a fair value gap on either side of this breaker. So I like that. As soon as we come back down into this level, I would look at going long. So I'm going to put a limit order there. Oh, got it. Yeah. Looks like the 5 minutes going to close potentially above the 5 minute fair value gap here. If we do that, that is creates a bullish, a change in state of delivery, which means we could come back down, touch this, and then run higher. Bull trap. I actually like this. I'm semi-confident in a semi-confident manipulation Friday seek and destroy day. Whatever that means. I do. If it doesn't come down and hit it, we don't get it, but it looks good. The 1 hour closed again. Look at that, guys. 1 hour. Look where the close was. Inside the 1 hour fair value gap again. So we got two inside that. Okay. 1, 2. So we didn't get a wick all the way back down yet. Don't count it out yet. Here's a 3 minute fair value gap. Sitting right there. One single fair value gap on the 3 minute. All right, 10:03, 11:03, excuse me. We're probably going to call it a day here shortly. I just want to see if it's going to come and tap me in on this breaker, or if it's just going to run without me. Yeah, I think today, Peter, to go to your comment on insane, it is just straight up manipulation. When you see this, you run, it comes back down, hits that low, It manipulates here, then runs the high, then comes back down, manipulates like it's going up, and then runs the low. And now we're moving higher. I mean, just horrible. I mean, it's running liquidity, but these runs are really large. I mean, this range from this high is 19, 192 to 1940. So we're over 150 handles from high to high. Doesn't look like we're going to get it here. What did the 3-minute close? All right, 3-minute closed. Too high in the range, in my opinion. Let's see. Each one is about 6. I am on my Apex. I'm working. I have a goal, everybody, for everybody that's watching. I want to change my code. I'm almost there. I think I need like 6 more transactions. 6 more transactions, and then they said I can send an email in. I can get a new discount code for Apex. So if you already use Apex and you just use a random code, if you don't mind, in the top of the chat, you'll see the 80% off code that I have there, ESNZUCSF. And hopefully we can get this to be done this week, and next week I'll have a brand new 3-letter code of DTJ. DTJ is what I'm hoping to change it to, but I gotta have, I think, about either 6 or 7 transactions more. So if you already use Apex, consider using that. I would greatly appreciate that. Here's the manipulation. Let's see if it wants to manipulate down to the breaker level into this fair value gap. I think this is a nice setup right here, if it actually wants to hit it. But it may not even do that. Did you guys see my shorts that I put out? Did you guys see the shorts that I put out here recently? I like that manipulation there. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to go long right there with that manipulation. Stop will move to break even as soon as we hit that high. Let's move it there now. See if it wants to push right now. We got in all based on this wiki candle here, closed red, started moving the other direction, took a entry, put stop to break even, no risk on that. You can take some profit right when you hit these highs. There would be profit.
I'm waiting for my presentation. Can I take the Tesla?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so you'd want to take one contract off on that wick up to the high. So now we're down to one contract. Stops to break even. What is that? That's 40. That's 10 handles we have right there. So a wick of 10 handles, and we'll probably get stopped out right there. There's a stop, so got 10 handles on one contract. That was a manipulation. That was a momentum play just by seeing this candle right here. Probably going to run for that high sitting right there. So that's what happened. Demo only, people. Demo only. And it's, look at this range, guys, on the 5 minute. It's just, I mean, can you would call this sideways, but can you call it sideways when the range is 150 points? Literally, that's date. I mean, that's, you can get some nice moves off 150 handles. I only want 10, you know? Still have my eye on that breaker. There's a 3 minute overlapping fair value gap sitting right there. Don't like that. I like the 2 minute better because I like a solid green candle there. $19,122 and then higher high. Let's go to 199 and then higher highs. 199. Well, I mean, that would be my target. I don't know if I would want to go much. I guess you could go to the data highs and equal highs. But before that, I mean, I want a manipulation lower to this breaker if I'm going to take a demo long. That's really what I'd want to see. I would want people to start thinking it's running lower, and then I would stab. As soon as it hits that level, that's when you would want to stab and go long. Alright, so hit the fair value gap. It technically doesn't have to hit the breaker. It could just hit the fair value gap and run. Let's see if it wants to do that. I like that. Oh yeah. Let's look at the 1 minute. What does 1 minute look like? Let's see it close above. I don't want it to come back down here. Now that we came down here, I don't want it to come back down here. I want it to run right now. This was enough. I obviously didn't take it because I was looking for this, but Getting inside the fair value gap is enough for that move. Let's see if we want to stab and hit it. I didn't want it to come back down, but obviously it did. Let's go long there. Let's get a second contract there. Closed right on the breaker there. Do we just want to go for 10 handles and take some size off? Nice, just do a quick 10 handle move. Sorry, I have my wife yelling in the background, trying to get a hold of our kids. Okay, it needs to wick back up here if it's going to do anything. There we go. Let's see some aggression right here. This is a breaker entry. Let's take one contract off at 10 handles. We just missed that little profit target. Missed that. Let's see if it comes back up to us again. All right, we're going to take one contract off there, hold a runner. See if that runner wants to run. Not liking that. Good thing we took one off. If we close below this green candle, we'll be out. Okay, no close. Still respecting it. Technically, break even would be right here. So we'll put our stop right there. We don't want to, let's not go negative on this trade. If we hit this level here, it will take our profits and stop us out at break even. And, oh, I thought we were going to get stopped out there. Let's see if we get stopped out. Probably. There it is. All right. That's how we protect ourselves to make sure if we are going to, in fact, see a breaker work. Low probability of breakers working in this market, but like I said, I liked it. Wanted to play it and see what happened. Demo only. The wick is still respecting here. We got low resistance liquidity sitting right here. Let's see if this candle closes green or not. Hey mate, great channel. Thank you for setting it up. I can't see your name. What do we call you? ASW, my name is Tyler. What's your name, ASW? I mean, I'm sure it's not ASW. Glad to be here, man. Thanks for the support. Alex. Well, I'll try to remember that instead of calling you ASW, but I might forget. All right, let's see if I want to see this push right here. This candle, I just want to see it. Run. Run. All right, looks like it may want to push. Tyler, that is correct, Alex. It is Tyler. All right, so there's some equal highs right here on the 1 minute. Let's see if we want to push right here. I would love for it to just start moving that way. Hundreds and fifties. I did earlier in my trading journey. I don't as much now. I'll look at it as points of liquidity, but not much liquidity, no. I want to do swing highs and swing lows. If the swing high is by hundreds and fifties, then yes, I would call that as a higher probability. All right, I want to see this close right here on the 1 minute. That will be a nice sign if we close above that. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate that. That means a lot. It's Day Trading and Jesus over on this channel. Oh, come on. You got to close above that. It's not wanting to close. All right, so breaker's not going to play out here. Well, at least not the way you would want to see it. And it's playing out just as you would expect in this chop, right? Just nastiness right there. Again, demo. Demo trading. Demo balling, as ICT puts it. He's demo balling. Especially after this wick right here, I'm expecting us to probably run those lows there. That's what I would expect price to do right now. Okay, there's probably the stab for the lows right there. Okay, guys, I think I'm done for the day. We're going to call this a grand old day. Have a fabulous weekend. I appreciate all of you that are here. Thanks for being here. And we will